As an honor.
An honor. So today we are gonna have a discussion, and it's the first podcast, Influence Me, Influence Moi. For those who don't know you, my man, can you introduce a little bit yourself? What do you do right now? What are you studying? What's your passion?
I think you gave a pretty good introduction about me. Just like Hugo said, I'm a digital entrepreneur. I run a media agency called Worldwide Engineering. We currently have more than 770,000 followers on Instagram. I'm currently expanding that to a podcast, products, just scaling things up.
Okay.
I'm also a last year engineering student, building engineering more specifically.
Yeah.
Currently, we're here actually in Concordia Libraries, Concordia University's library, filming this in a beautiful conference room.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool that we have access to this,
cool,
man. It's
we were talking about that maybe we can do everything here.
You can do everything here. I was telling Hugo, because we have friends that rent out offices, that have things that we work, and I was telling Hugo, you really don't need this extra expense on your company. Save yourself $1,000 a month, go with your team, sit in a library, it's free, good internet, and use this money that you're gonna save, reinvest it in the company. You can hire literally someone new by just working in the library.
Yeah, think
about it.
You can also sleep here if you can.
You can. Actually, the library stays open 24/7.
For real?
It's 24/7, so you can't sleep here.
For those that wanna come here and study and do your work, you can just ask Leon.
Concordia University, that's where we'll be.
Hey man, I'm very glad to have you on the first episode. I remember I said, I think it was 2 months ago, I said, let's do a podcast for Influence Tonight, and I have you as the first guest, and it happened.
I remember.
And I like to say stuff and just do it, And I think
I know that about you.
And I forget to say one of your favorite words is Kaizen.
Kaizen is not only my favorite it's a philosophy, man.
Yeah.
Kaizen is a philosophy. For those of you who don't know, just to be sure, are we talking to the live or are we talking to the camera?
It's both. We have a camera for YouTube and we have a live, and I think Hugo is there. Hi Hugo. And by the way, if you can only say if you hear us and everything is good, that's perfect.
Just put a thumbs up. If you guys have any questions, we'll gladly take questions from the live. I'm gonna be looking at this camera because that's gonna be the final.
The final
footage. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
For those of you guys who don't know what Kaizen is a Japanese word which means continuous improvement that in a lifetime will yield into huge results. So it's basically a philosophy that you live by, that every day you just have to become a little bit better.
Yeah.
And over time, you're gonna be a totally different person. You're gonna be much better than you are today. Because the thing is, man, the more you think about it, it's we all want, the quick, when you go to the gym, you want you just want the quick results. You start a company, you want the quick results. But it's only through the process of Kaizen that you're going to achieve the results. Small daily improvements.
When did you start using Kaizen, man? When was that? When that happened?
I always used to live by Kaizen.
Yeah.
I especially got into the whole entrepreneurial self-improvement, working out, becoming a better person when I came to Montreal 4 years ago. I traveled from Lebanon, came to Montreal to start my university degree at Concordia.
Okay.
And that's the phase where I started reading books. And I was living by the Kaizen principle, but I never really knew that there was a word for it.
Okay.
So it was just something in my mind. And then last year, I was watching a digital marketing course online, and the instructor, Jason Capito, he mentioned Kaizen, and something stuck with me. I googled Kaizen, and I was like, holy shit, this is my whole philosophy in one word.
Leon.
This is Leon. Exactly, synonymous for Leon.
Yeah.
That's it, man. So that's how Kaizen, and I actually printed this t-shirt myself.
You did it. Yeah.
I printed it myself. Hopefully in the future, I would love to see you wear a Kaizen t-shirt.
For sure, man.
The whole world wear a Kaizen t-shirt.
The whole team of Influence Tonight.
Everyone, man, because it's just there's something about walking around proudly wearing what you believe in.
Yes. You know what? I remember it was 2017 that I first met Leon on Instagram. I was looking for guests for my other podcast, Road to the IPO, and I I found you on Instagram, and what struck me the most is that you were jumping around with Jump Rock Mentor. You know?
I was.
You had your brand like 2 years ago. It was called Jump Rock Mentor, and I say I need to have this guy on my podcast. You came, we talked. It was a great podcast. And how did you start using Instagram for your personal brand?
Honestly, I was never really. I never liked social media.
Okay,
I was really against social media.
Okay.
I used to think social media is the type of thing that people waste time on every day. It used to be, one of those biases that I had. But then I started listening to Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you guys are into business, you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is.
I'm reading the book, The Compound Effect by Dern. Do you know that book?
The Compound Effect.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, you have.
I've heard of it. Yeah. Who is this?
It's Hugo, man. My
Hugo.
name.
Another Hugo.
Hugo da Silva. He's a good guy.
I want to read it. The Compound Effect.
Yeah.
I've seen it actually in
Cool.
Indigo.
So you were saying that you didn't like social media, you have a bias?
I didn't like social media, but then I started listening to Gary Vaynerchuk,
Yeah.
and at the same time I was getting into the online e-commerce world. I started a business, it failed. I started another online business, it also failed.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I started experimenting with Instagram because I had needed to have an Instagram for my business.
Yeah.
So I just decided, you know what? I'm really passionate about jump rope. I'm learning it. It's something I'm doing. I'm learning. I'm not a pro at it, but I'm improving. And I do think that I have knowledge that I could share that people could use.
Okay.
So I just started making videos, and things started to compound, just like the compound effect.
Yeah.
100 views on Instagram turned into 1,000, which turned into 10,000. I was getting views. People were were learning a lot from me. I was getting immense positive feedback.
Yeah.
I was really impacting people, and I just became addicted to this game, man.
And do you think that it's more easy to start, let's say on Instagram, for example, to start your journey as an influencer, with fitness? You think because there's a lot of fitness on Instagram, you think it was way more easy for you to go do a jump rope than to start talking about self-development? Let's be real.
Let's be real. It's all a question of supply and demand, man. It's all a question of supply and demand.
Yeah.
That's what turns the world. If you have 1,000 people talking about fitness, and you have, and you have 10,000 people consuming the content, it's not the same as if you had 2 people creating fitness. So that's why they say today, riches are in niches. So if you're looking really to start, sharing content, creating content, niches is the way to go, because you don't have to be the fitness coach. You have to be the vegan coach that's specialized in deadlifts.
But
you have to go niche. And jump rope was niche. Jump rope, because when you dig into niches, that's where you will find people that are really... It's in the niches that people are they want to consume content, and they're willing to spend money.
Okay.
About this, Seth Godin, in his book This Is Marketing, he has a concept that's called otaku. Otaku is also a Japanese word.
Yeah, it's a Japanese word for people that like mangas and anime, no?
Otaku is basically something that is more than a hobby, but less than an addiction.
Okay, it's between
exactly. And it's when you create content for otaku that you are in the golden spot. Jump rope for a lot of people is an otaku. For me, jump rope is an otaku. I watch jump rope video, I buy new jump ropes, I consume content on jump rope. Hugo, what's an otaku that you have?
I love mangas. Mangas. Yeah. In that, especially in mangas, you see the word otaku a lot. People that are passionate about manga and anime, but they're not addicted to it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And a lot of time, people do not have an otaku for fitness. Fitness is too general. You cannot be a fitness coach.
Okay.
People have an otaku for, I don't know, like wellness, for like what's something else?
Or fashion they have.
No, fashion is general. It has to be bohemian fashion. It has to be athleisure.
Music is a good example, right?
Rock music, pop music.
Yeah, that's it.
R&B, and even more specific. You have to get even more specific.
Yeah. So you find like at that time you had a good niche with jump rope mentor.
Yes. Exactly.
And you call yourself the jump rope mentor.
That's it.
Because you were teaching people how to jump.
I was teaching. I had a YouTube channel. I was working on a website. And around the same time that I started Jump Rope Mentor, I also started Worldwide Engineering. And those things happened. I was working on both at the same time. And at one point, just to give people some context, I reached a point where I had to take a decision. I had to really take a decision. What is it that I wanted to focus on? Because I had two things that were going amazingly well.
And I remember we met at that time. We went to do a podcast together with Sion for the Set Centre show and other podcasts. And I gave you a lift. And we were talking about it. You did. I had to decide between my personal brand and Jump Rope Mentor or Worldwide Engineer. And I remember you were not depressed, but you were like thinking about it, like what should I choose?
I was lost.
Yeah, we were lost.
I was really lost, and then I made the decision. I took the jump. I went all in on Worldwide Engineering, and man, it's. I can honestly say it's been going better than I could have ever imagined, but there's always this thing that we humans always have, and it's crazy how like inefficient we are as humans. Is that we always think of the things that we could have accomplished if we went the other direction.
Yeah.
Because what started is that I knew I would have had immense success taking any of the two ways.
Yes, sir.
Jump rope or engineering.
Yeah.
You know, but
you have to
it's just about making a decision and shutting off all the other alternatives.
And do you have an impact when you change your name from Jump Rope Mentor to your actual name? Do you have an impact on your stats on Instagram? Do you have like a lower? They went down your followers?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My engagement went down because 5,000 people that were following me, they followed me because they wanted to see jump rope videos. They wanted to learn jump rope.
Yeah.
They like the jump rope.
Yeah,
That's what my brand was built around.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, from a day to another, the brand shifted. I still post jump rope videos, but now it's not educational anymore.
Yeah.
It's more like it's a hobby. It's like it's part of me. Now my personal brand is me. It's who I am.
Yes.
Now I'm not only the jump rope guy. I'm also the worldwide engineering guy. I'm also the guy that likes to read books. I'm also the Kaizen guy. You know, like it becomes so. You notice that the people that stick with me are the people that appreciated me for who I was.
Yes.
And not for the content I created.
Okay.
And those are what you call loyal fans.
Yeah.
Those are the people that will, even when you stop posting about jump rope, but you post about, like a personal lesson that you learned yesterday walking on the street.
Yes.
Those are the people that will be like, oh, let's see Leon. What does Leon have to say?
Because they start following you not because of what you do, but because who you are.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's the power of personal branding.
Yeah.
That's what I learned. So if I have like a tip for you to make it a bit more tactical, if you want to name yourself on social media, don't go with something that's like niche. Don't go with like Albert.fitness.
Yeah.
You know, name yourself like Albert.
Just name yourself with your name. With your name is.
With your name.
Yeah, it's better because if you go like say one day you decide you don't like to do jump jumping anymore and you want to change your brand and you're gonna see your stats going down a lot.
Absolutely.
And I'm pretty sure that do you have like any business that contact you for jump rope on Instagram?
On TikTok. Not on jump rope. Not on Instagram. On TikTok.
On TikTok.
Because on TikTok, also around when TikTok started being popular, I started posting TikTok videos.
Yeah.
And like 10 videos in, I got one viral hit. It got
like
7 million views.
Oh yeah, 7 million.
7 million.
7 million views.
7 million views. My follower count jumped from 2,000 something to 60,000.
On TikTok.
On TikTok in 3 days.
Crazy. That's crazy. Organic reach.
Organic reach.
We have Joseph who is on the line. Hi Joseph. So TikTok, so you get people that start contacting you on TikTok business.
Yeah, I get mostly musicians that contact me on TikTok. Someone who's like, hey, my name is Jay, I make songs, I've seen you jump rope to songs. I'll pay you if you make a video of my song on top of you jumping rope.
Uh-huh.
You know, and that's how TikTok works.
Yes.
Sometimes I take them, sometimes I don't answer.
Okay.
You know, it all depends on what I need, on if it's something interesting.
Yeah. So, any business that contact you on Instagram or for your personal page?
For my personal page, no.
Yeah.
Only because of the simple reason that I haven't been very active. It hasn't been my current strategy with social media. My current strategy is on worldwide engineering.
Okay.
And there I get business inquiries every single day.
Yes.
But yeah, so yeah, my business strategies has shifted from my personal to my brand page.
All right, so let's talk about your worldwide engineering.
Absolutely, man.
And before I talk, because you have a huge following on that page, but I just want to be real and let's talk real to the people that are watching and listen to this podcast.
Only real talk.
Only real talk. Do you ever consider or do you ever follow us on Instagram?
No.
No?
No, one thing I did, which is not really ethical, is at the very beginning of the Instagram page, when Worldwide Engineering was at around 2,000 followers, I enrolled with this system called the automated bot that goes, follows, likes, and comments on people.
Yes.
And I did it, and I gained like 3,000 followers on it.
Okay.
And then I stopped because I at one point we're at 5,000 followers, the ball starts rolling by itself, and I didn't need to spend this $50 a month.
Okay.
It wasn't justifying the return on investment.
What do you mean when it rolls by itself?
Because after a certain number, for me it was like around 5,000 followers, the followers just starting rolling in as long as I was consistent with my content.
Yes.
So the more, you know how it works, the richer you are, the more money you make. It's the same with Instagram.
Yeah.
The more followers you have, the more followers you will get.
Okay.
Because just the more people engage with your content, the more it's going to reach more people. You know, that's how it works.
Yes.
So I stopped doing this at around 5K, and since then my only strategy is organic reach. But buying followers, never.
Okay, never.
Never.
All right, so I remember you told me one time that when you start Worldwide Engineering, was it 2 years ago already? 2 years?
2 years in December. So
and
a bit less.
You say that you thought that it wasn't going to work out. You say that maybe you didn't know.
I didn't. I just started it. I just started it like this.
You say I don't know. I remember you saying that.
Because the fact that I got to a point where I had like 40,000 followers, and I was talking to Hugo, and I was like, man, I don't know what to do. Like what should I do? This has so much potential, but I don't know what to do. I have jump rope mentor. What do I do?
Yeah.
You know, like the fact. So yeah, I just started as a hobby, and it started growing by itself. And then at some point, I realized I was like, I have so much potential to make impact on the world. I need to do this. Because
it's funny, you know, if you look at Instagram, most of the thing that succeed is fitness, fashion, and then you came with engineering, and would you have say that, oh, maybe there's not that much people that follow engineering stuff on Instagram?
Not necessarily, no. People, there's for every niche in the world, there's something on Instagram for.
Yeah,
just like there was on Facebook.
Okay.
But for every, not everyone is into fitness, not everyone is into anime, not everyone is into engineering. But if I'm into anime, I'm gonna go follow anime accounts on Instagram.
Yes.
You know, same if you're into vegan cooking, if you're into, I don't know, raising kids. You know, you follow you follow pages that
interest you.
That
your interest, yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, basically, I was late on Instagram.
You were late on that.
I remember with some of my competition on Instagram when I started, when I was at like 0 followers, I was looking at them. They had 350,000, 750,000, and I was just like, here, the small fish in the pond.
But now you're the bigger fish.
Now I'm one of the bigger fishes. I'm one of the bigger fishes.
It's funny you say like when I started, I was oh my god. And now you're like. Now you're the 774,000 followers and...
You know, you've reached a point where you start walking in the streets of Montreal and people recognize you.
For real?
Like, oh, you're the guy from Worldwide Engineering. Yeah, I got that a couple of times.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's really cool, and like it's nice to meet people.
So is your audience more in Montreal or...
No, Montreal is like, it's not even in, if you can, on Instagram you can see the audience. It's not even it doesn't show up. My biggest audience is India. Then I have US. Then I have Turkey.
Okay.
Then I have Turkey, yeah, and it's everywhere in the world. But when you have 700k people, you're bound to have
some people,
a couple hundred in Montreal, a couple of hundred in Toronto, a couple of hundred in Lebanon.
Yeah.
You know, everywhere.
And so what's the biggest difference? Because you have both a personal account and a brand account. I do too, but I think you use it a lot. What's the biggest difference between those two?
On
Just that?
on the general umbrella, like, meaning, it's two different content, of course.
Yeah.
I think personal brands get more loyal followers because people are connected to people.
Mm-hmm.
So you remember Hugo Prince, you remember Joe Rogan, you remember Gary Vee.
Yeah.
So you're connected to people. General brands, people might follow you more, but that doesn't mean they're going to be loyal fans. And one thing I learned is that it's the loyal fans that will make your business, make or break your business.
Yeah.
Because you might have millions of fans, millions of people following you, but 100 fans, it's not going to mean anything.
That's true.
But if you have 4,000 followers on Instagram and you have 700 that are really loyal fans,
And they buy your stuff.
you have a business.
Yeah.
You have yourself a
We
business.
do have somebody else. Hey, Nicolas. Comment ça va?
What up, Nicolas? Thanks for joining the live, G.
So, do you think it's a good idea? Let's say you have your Leon account and you can change it to a brand account. Is that a good idea, or you stay like a normal profile?
You mean on the Instagram settings?
Yeah, you can do that. Is that
I don't see why not.
Why not?
I don't see why not. I don't believe a lot of conspiracies that Instagram, when you switch to a brand account, Instagram is going to reduce your reach because they want to make money off of you. I don't think that's true.
You don't think that's true?
I don't think that's true. I do not think that's true. Instagram recently rolled out the creators account.
Yes.
So you can be a creator. And I even think that Instagram is currently pushing its algorithm to prioritize creators over brands.
Okay. I saw the creator setting.
I think, creators, as long as you're putting good content out, you're going to reach more people. It's just the content.
What do you mean by good content? But what I do is a lot of, look, I take pictures with my phone and they're not that well edited and I just post it. Okay, I do get, there's no more likes, but I do get people that engage. But what is good content, man?
Man, it's just content that you would watch yourself. It's just content that you will learn something. Everything you post on the internet needs to have, someone needs to learn something from you. Storytelling is one of the ways you can get your idea across.
Okay.
But everything you have, a lot of time, the big problem with people that are creating content online is that they do it. It's not creating content is not. If you want to be a content creator, you have to look at your Instagram as a business. It's not your personal account anymore, where you just post a picture of you at the beach with a caption of a sun, and that's it. You think you're gonna get followers? No. There has to be value. There has to be content. There has to be depth in the things you post online. But you need people. You want to create content that people will save.
Wait, to get back to that picture of the beach, I think you can still post that, but
Absolutely.
You have to have like a description. You have to say why I'm on the beach, what happened. If you can put like in writing walls what the story about behind the picture, I think that's content.
I think absolutely, I totally agree with you. I think every piece of content you put out there needs to have a specific purpose.
Yes.
It needs to tell a story.
Yeah.
It needs to tell about you.
Yeah.
It needs to share something with people. And sometimes you can just posting a picture of the salad you had for lunch.
Yeah.
In your mind, you want people to know that Leon eats salad and likes to put guacamole in his salad.
Okay.
And all those, like, there has to be a purpose behind every post.
Super.
And it doesn't always have to be like business strategic, something that's gonna teach people how to sell or persuade or stuff.
No.
Just be like, I'm Leon Abboud and I like Kaizen.
Yeah.
That easy.
That's just because people will like some stuff about yourself.
Gary Vee, he posts pictures of him as a kid.
Yeah, it's true.
And he doesn't really put a meaningful caption.
Yeah.
But it's just meaningful just to learn about Gary Vee in a different way than just his business tips. Because at the end of the day, I like Gary Vee for Gary Vee.
Yeah.
Not for his business marketing tips.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good point. So let's go back to my mic just died off. That's
really?
okay. but we do
I
have,
have mine, yeah.
that. Joe's is okay, but still gonna talk loudly. No problem.
Yeah, let me actually
Just put it
do
there.
this. Yeah.
So let's go back to worldwide engineering. So you say that you have like a huge following, okay? So how many business contact you about that? What did you want? What type of business and what do they want from you?
A lot of them just want to buy an ad
Okay.
that I will showcase their product on my page.
Okay.
So I post a video that they send me telling about their product. 50% sale ends tomorrow. Click on the link in the bio and buy now.
Do you do that?
No, I don't.
Why?
Because usually a lot of the time it ruins the quality of
On the content.
of the page.
On the page.
People get enough ads from Instagram itself. So first of all, it's low quality. Second of all, how I see it is that people are using my audience to make money for themselves. So in my mind, I'm like, what if I created what if I created the product
Yeah.
and I sold it myself?
Okay.
So then I can control the quality of the marketing. I can control the quality of the customer experience. I can control, and the products I will have will only reinforce my brand. It's not gonna help another brand.
So when they contact you, they say, I have this picture or this video that I want you to post on your page and link it to our page and there's a product, but sometimes you find that it's not good quality.
Yeah, I don't answer anymore.
You don't answer anymore.
I don't answer. I get like, hello, Worldwide Engineering, can we buy an ad? This is our product.
Yeah.
What are your rates? I just delete the message.
So you don't have any rates anymore.
I don't.
So you want to take control.
I wanted to take control. I launch my own products. I advertise my own stuff. I do affiliate marketing. You find your own ways you test stuff. It's more risky.
Yeah.
It's absolutely more risky. It's more risky, but that's the direction. If you want to build a meaningful business, something that will last years, that will create impact, you will not do it by just taking Instagram ads.
It's true.
From other people. You have to create content. Like right now, my big strategy is to using the limited call to actions I have.
Okay.
Because you can only ask people as many times
you can
a day to swipe up and to go do something.
Like in bio,
Exactly. You can only do it to a certain point until it becomes saturated.
It's true.
And anything more, it's like you start infringing people's privacy.
Because every time you're gonna see, you just have a go.
Here we go
buy
again.
This and
exactly.
Yeah.
So I use this limited real estate, I'm gonna call it, to right now push the YouTube channel I'm working on, to push LinkedIn, to push Twitter that I recently did, to push my Spotify playlist. So I'm building brand. Right now my focus is not much on monetizing, it's on building brand. So that in the future, because right now I'm very vulnerable to Instagram.
Yes, you do.
I'm extremely vulnerable to Instagram.
Yeah. Worldwide engineering it has a huge audience, but one day Instagram decides to cut you off. Do you have an email list?
I have a newsletter, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
I have a newsletter that I'm building.
And that's one of the good things with you, because you're trying to build brand, and it seems a lot for the people that hear and listen to this podcast or watching the podcast. It seems a lot. You like on Twitter, Spotify, Instagram, but at the same time you're doing what other influencers aren't doing.
Absolutely.
You're building.
Absolutely.
If something happens to Instagram,
Absolutely.
you can go directly on LinkedIn. You can go on Spotify and still have your audience that's gonna follow you.
I deeply wish that Instagram will be around for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But I know it will not,
because
because just like most influencers, but because my whole business is built on Instagram.
Yeah.
If Instagram shut down tomorrow, I'm out of business. I'm literally out of business.
Okay.
Like Worldwide Engineering I cannot, for what I have right now, the email list, all this stuff, it's not enough for me to continue sustaining a growing business. So yeah, I really deeply hope that Instagram, if you're listening to this, Mark Zuckerberg, I believe in you. But you can't, man. In 2019, 2020, marketing is not, it's being multi-platform.
Yes.
It's not about uni-platform. A lot of people were built being YouTubers, being Instagrammers, being, I don't know, like biners. But I think right now, in a place where content is being saturated, you can't be anymore a YouTuber. You will have a core where you will emerge, but you can't be anymore
one of them.
Because it's very common for YouTubers to only be YouTubers.
Well, the thing I saw is that a lot of YouTubers went to Instagram and their audience followed them.
Sure, but their main content is on YouTube.
Yeah.
Gary Vee, what I love about him is that he is on YouTube, but the exact same content, the exact same depth is on Instagram, is on LinkedIn, is on Twitter.
Yeah. It changed. He adapts to the platform.
He does,
Yeah.
but he does still share. A lot of YouTubers are just on YouTube and then they post pictures of their dog and their vacation on Instagram. And it's true.
It's true.
It is true, and like good for them, because if they're working for them, amazing.
Do you think that all these influencers should have skills like Facebook ads? Because everyone can post organically, everyone can post and do a little bit of storytelling, but behind that, you don't work with brands. But usually, what brands wants from influencers is that I give you the content, you promote it. So,
Absolutely.
do you think that they need to have like skills with Instagram ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, and everything?
I definitely think I'm not against paid ads.
Yeah.
I think paid ads is a very good product, but I think you should only do it if you're already generating revenue that you should reinvest in. So it's basically you reinvest in yourself by investing in ads.
Yes.
I personally believe that the best investment you can do is in your content.
Okay.
It's instead of, let's say you have the option to put one Instagram picture a day and then boost this Instagram picture using money on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or you can use this money that you're going to use to boost your picture and to hire an editor that will help you take your content from one picture to 4 pictures.
Okay.
Go with the pictures, because on a business scale, the return on investment will be bigger.
But having the skills to do paid ads is also good.
Yes.
All
yes. Right. It's just like any skill.
All right.
It's just like any skill that will come in handy.
So what do you see yourself with? What do you want to do with worldwide engineering, man?
Man, I want to impact as many people as possible to really understand that they have the potential to create meaningful change in the world and that they can contribute in making this world a better place.
Okay.
The people that follow worldwide engineering are usually engineering students,
Yes.
people that are into technology, people that are into tech. And those, I believe, are some of the people that possess the skills necessary to create change.
Yes.
If you want to build a wind turbine, it's an engineer. It's not a history student that does it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Sorry,
students.
But every person with a different skill contributes in a different way. But I think engineers are the people in the front of the line, creating change for the better.
Yeah.
So basically, I try, the content I'm putting out for worldwide engineering is to inspire, is to educate people, to really to get them just to be passionate about something.
Passionate.
I'm not telling people to be entrepreneurs. I want people, it's not about entrepreneurship. It's just about you're going to be an engineer, you're going to work at Deloitte, you're going to work at some company.
Yeah.
Just be mindful that you possess skills that could be used in a good way. So be mindful. Sorry, so
No, that's okay. that's the podcast. It happens. You want to.
I'm targeting people that are like me. When I got into engineering, I was really not into entrepreneurship.
Okay.
In my mind, I got into engineering and I wanted to be the number one executive at some of the biggest companies in the world. I was passionate about renewable energies.
Yeah.
And this was I think entrepreneurship is one of those things that fell on me, and it was it was given to me, and it was something I had to take because it was in front of me. Worldwide engineering, never in my life did I want to be, or did I think I would be a business owner creating content.
That's.
But I was offered this opportunity
Yeah.
to create change, to impact, to talk to so many people. And right now I see it as a responsibility.
I like that because, man, some people plan it. It's okay to plan, but you and me happened to me too. I never planned to do podcasting. Never. But life just gave me the opportunity, and that's what I'm doing right now. And I think for the people that watching and listening to this podcast, it's so important to take the opportunity that life gave you.
How did you start podcasting? What is it what was the trigger?
Gary V.
Gary V.
Yeah, Gary V. I was listening to one of his videos, and he, when he he's looking out the window and he turns around to the cameras, full like serious.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Start your own blog." And I was like, wow.
Oh.
That's why I started doing blogs and podcasting. And from that came Influencers Tonight. And from that I met Leon. From that I met Charles Hackman, Jeremy Benisi, and other people. Just by creating content.
I read this quote, that's not a quote, it's I think G. Chetty said it on Instagram. He said, "You will reach your goals, but just not in the way you thought you would."
Yeah.
It's crazy how
Yeah.
like life that you started podcasting and then that led to Influencers Unite, which led to meeting me, which led to meeting your future business partners,
Yes.
which led to many things, and then
Many things.
you're Hugo Prince, the person you always wanted to be, and you're still getting after it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the power of social media. And we do a live, and you do a lot of live for World One
Sure.
anyway. So I think that's
We
one.
should do one now, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the good stuff you do, because live 2029, 2020 are one of the best marketing tools.
They are.
And Instagram
Absolutely.
Live, Facebook Live.
Absolutely.
And you do have a big audience. And
Yeah.
what he does, he asks a lot of questions, he interacts and communicates with the audience.
Absolutely.
That's very good. Do we still have time, Leon?
We're at 37 minutes. Honestly, man, we can go as long as you want. I'm flexible. What time is it then?
It's look at the watch.
Oh yeah, it's I do have
It's almost 2 o'clock.
it's almost 2.
Let's do it for another 10. I just want to talk about something like
Yeah, go ahead.
You're a guy on Instagram, okay? You're a nice looking guy, also. Do you ever get girls that contact you DM and say, "Hey, you wanna go out and date?"
I do not. That's a funny question.
No, but for me, I just asking. But that's what
I like
happens
this
to
que-
people.
I don't get that. I don't know if it happens to other people.
Yeah.
I don't. I have a girlfriend, and I think I show her enough on social media.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think that's like one of those things. Like, oh shit, you know, she has.
So
like, he
people
has,
start contacting him on me.
don't contact me, guys, please.
No, it doesn't happen to you. Not really.
Not really, man. Not that I think of. Like maybe it has happened one. It was probably like someone creepy, but it was never like. I don't think people do that. Like,
They do,
I think it's
especially with beautiful girls. By the way,
But I
I'm
think it's
having your girlfriend on the next podcast,
Oh, nice.
Kiara. I'm gonna ask her that. I'm gonna ask her.
I think it's a guy's thing
Guys think?
to go out there and just like cold DM 100 girls and maybe one will answer.
Okay.
Like Carrie often gets comments, often gets
Yeah,
DMs.
yeah.
But I don't think because it's like there's a specific dynamic where it's the guys that are texting. Automatically, it's not really the women that are in demand. They're not the ones that are texting.
Yeah.
That are out there looking at this hot guy and being like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yes,
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's good. Yeah. And so, what was the weird thing that you did to get followers or create content? What was the most weird thing you did? Like
I'm
to
not
get
gonna-
a video, to get something done. I don't know.
I see your question.
Yeah, you see.
At some point, when I was experimenting with LinkedIn
Yeah.
for my personal brand. When I shifted from Jump Rope Mentor to my personal brand, I was at a point where I was really creating a lot of content based on public speaking, on personal development, and all those things. And I really started getting creative with where I would film. Like once I got kicked out of a jewelry store because I wanted to size my watch.
Yeah.
And I walked in with my shorts. I was right after the gym wearing a big hoodie. I had my sports bag on, and everyone, like, it was a legit jewelry store, and I just wanted to size my wood watch.
Okay.
You know, nothing fancy.
Okay.
And I was in there, and the security was like a bit passive aggressive with me because I was like trying to take.
You were trying to do content there.
I was trying to do content there. I was like basically, you know, like, hey guys, I'm wearing shorts and stuff and talking about the whole dynamic.
Yeah.
And the security came up to me. He's like, man, sorry, but I really have to leave. You can't take videos here.
That's what he did?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and then I left, and I actually made a video about this. About this.
And you posted on LinkedIn.
And I posted it on LinkedIn. Something else I did, and it's something that a lot of people are going to have to deal with, is dealing with hate. That happens.
Yeah, that's one of the questions I want to talk.
A lot.
Yeah.
It happens more often than you think, and it happens. It will happen to you, even though you think that. When you start putting content out, when you become yourself, you're gonna get a lot of hate.
When did it start for you?
There was a point, especially with worldwide engineering, there was a point where this transition where I was shifting my content from being a page to being a company to being a brand that's actually creating meaningful content.
Yeah.
I was shifting my content a bit, still the same niche engineering, but the way I would talk, I started talking more in the first person. Hey guys, I just saw this about Elon Musk and I thought it would be cool.
Yeah.
I started shifting the way I talk. I started branding myself more. I was working on the branding of worldwide engineering. But at the same time, a lot of people that, even though the content was much better, I was getting a lot of positive feedback. A lot of people that followed me for the old type of content.
You went from we to I to brand yourself. And
it was not just we from I. It was like the whole branding, which I can't really explain because it's like the whole Instagram. The pictures started changing. Everything started changing. I started doing lives, for example. I showed my face for the first time.
Yes.
A lot of people that were used to the old content all of a sudden felt that their privacy was infringed, only for the simple reason that the content has shifted and it's not what they were used to, and then all of a sudden they started seeing things that they weren't
used to,
that they didn't want on their feed. Basically,
they didn't want to see your face.
They didn't want to see my face, or they didn't care about Elon Musk, or they just wanted to see the old types of videos. And I understand. A lot of people just unfollow, but this little minority, they have this tendency to just put hate out there.
They DM you? What
I've got it.
Can you give some example?
He sent me a screenshot and he was like, "That was the last time you did a good video. You deserve. You had good content. You deserve an unfollow." At first, it really used to affect me, but then
you get used to hate.
But then you get used to it. I think we have to wrap up because there's someone out there.
Just finish, my man. Where can people follow you? Instagram.
My personal @Abboud, LinkedIn @Abboud, everywhere @Abboud, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever.
Follow Worldwide Engineer.
Worldwide Engineering, if you want to have context about the things we were talking about, it's really interesting page, and you can DM me there too. I'm the guy behind it. So,
yes, sir.
So
we are going to put all the links on the description on the video on YouTube. I'm gonna leave it on the comments. Thank you for all the people that are watching, all we watching the live. Thank you for people watching on YouTube. Listen to the podcast. By the way, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel Influencers Unite. We are making this once a month podcast. Next guest, if possible, is your girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Jump with Kiara.
Good choice.
So let's do this.
Subscribe, like, guys. We'll see you very soon. Stay awesome and don't forget.
Yes.
Kaizen,
my man. Influencers Unite. Kaizen.
Kaizen.
All right.
See you guys.
Thank you.